That's Sir Elton John, of course, in a Crocodile Rock here on Spectrum on Air, the colourful voice of radio. Now then, I'm very, very pleased to welcome on the show this morning our guest, and that's Linda Lamon.
Okay, good morning to you, and thanks for
Good
inviting
morning.
me onto the show. Yeah, my history, it's a long history, but I'll make it brief as possible, just put in the highlights for you. When I was 18, I actually joined a pro band, but then I went to London to work at Orange Recording Studios, and I met lots of famous people there, some of who I didn't know were famous at the time, like
Yes.
what was his name, from Fleetwood Mac, and Peter Green from Fleetwood
Oh,
Mac.
Peter Green. Yeah.
Yeah, and the Hollies, and Canned Heat. Remember those from the
Yeah.
Yep.
six? Yeah, they all used to come in the shop because I worked in the shop, and I was a gopher actually, and I worked in the studio and did all sort of clapping and sewing, to add to some of the recordings. John Miles was quite big at the time then as well. But anyway, I went on to get married and have children and just leave music behind me really until I got into my 30s. And then I started writing new material. And it wasn't till my 40s that I started trying to record some of that material. And then there was a real big hiatus. And it wasn't till the 1990s, and I actually wrote for a song for the Manchester Olympic bid, which had lots of TV and radio coverage. But then I got into my second marriage and everything stopped again. But everything's happened in the last 10 years, and I'm 75 now, and it just never stopped.
Well,
Last 5 years in particular. 10 years ago, I met Brian May. He was opening a Woodland in Dorset, and I wrote a song to open that, and he asked me um, to perform the song live, which I did. So that set me off on a completely different road. I've never stopped since.
now you mentioned songwriting. I mean, 75. Well, I would have put you at 55, but there you go. So
It's a
it's
lie.
it's the lighting. Yeah, that's what I blame it on in the studio. Because I'm actually only 40, but there you are.
Yeah.
I wish. Um, Songwriting, you follow a sort of certain style, don't you? You've got a
Uh,
sort.
I wouldn't say it's a style. It's all down to my guitarist puts it down to the fact that when I've written songs in the past, I've written them with the chords that I know. So certain things fit that style, if you like, with the kind of 12 chords I know on the guitar.
Well, it does say when I looked at your bio online, it does say your genres include folk, pop, country,
Yeah,
classical, and rock. So
yeah,
that's
yeah.
a pretty broad brush you paint with.
It is. I like to have a go at everything because I've been influenced with all sorts of music since the 60s right through to now. So yeah, I've got a lot inside me to tap at really.
How do you get your inspiration then for your music, for your songs?
Well, it's what I tend to do is I'm very organic with with my songwriting. So I'll get a feeling for something. It might be just a word, or and meeting someone, or an event. If I feel if I feel it, then I'll work with it. And I usually just start with a chord. I'll pick my guitar up because it's usually on the guitar that I write. I'll pick the guitar up and I'll get the feeling in a chord, and then it actually writes itself because any musicians listening will know there's a natural chord progression that goes from the root chord that you play, and I tend to just go with the flow and sing the tune as I'm going along and kind of find my way around it. What feels natural and how I want to progress it that way.
It's interesting to hear you say that because over the course of my career, I've interviewed many, many singer-songwriters, and it's funny that they all seem to go one way or t'other. Some people they get all the words together and they think I've got
Yeah,
to put some music to it. Other people get some music together and think, oh, I better put some words to it. But
yeah.
it's all that it's a wonderful art, isn't it, of being able to do that.
Yeah, just doing the words and the music together. I think collaboration is good though. I've collaborated with a couple of people, and it's good to let your song go and let somebody else see what else they can put in it. So that's a good thing to do.
Do you ever fall out with them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially the producers.
Told you I didn't want it like that.
No, I say they say, don't you think if we just did this? No, no, that's the way I wrote it, so that's the way I'm staying. Yeah,
Yeah.
but, well, I'll tell you what, let's try it, and I'll try it, and I think, oh, actually, it doesn't sound too bad that. Yeah, so yeah, I've had
Oh, so
discussions in the
you
studio.
do give in a bit then sometimes.
Yes, I do,
Yeah, yeah.
definitely. I
That,
mean, because you have an idea when you're writing something, but it does add to it if other people can input.
yeah.
Yeah,
Now, one of the things, I mean, last week on the show, we had a young lady who is she's going to go a long way actually, a Flora
yeah,
Fiora, and she's just 18 at the moment actually, but she's got an album coming out very soon, and she's
yeah.
just released her 10th single.
Oh,
Um, and I think as she said on the show, there's a certain amount of luck involved in getting onto the scene. Would
yeah.
you agree with that?
Look, but being aware. I think you've got to always be aware of opportunities and take advantage of opportunities. You can't just sit in your studio and wait for things to happen. You've got to get out there. It's being in the right place at the right time. You can call that luck. But also just being focused and diligent and know what's going on around you, networking. I mean, it is hard work, a lot more hard work than luck, I'd say. You need to be networking and performing and keeping on top of things every day.
Do you think it's changed over the years? Because I mean, you've got the lucky position that you have been around for a certain time, and
Mm.
you're not a youngster kicking off with
Yeah,
a local band in the open mic night club at the
yeah,
pub.
yeah. I do actually have some young musicians working with me at the moment who I met at an open mic. One's 25 and one's 17. So that they're playing live venues with me at the moment. And yeah, it is very different. So I see both sides of it. I see, where they're at starting in this day and age, but I offer them my experience. I mean, some things never change.
No, apart from I should say technology, really, isn't it? Because I
It's
mean,
technology,
going
yeah,
back all those years ago, when we were both youngsters, I mean, we had vinyl, and you had to put it on a turntable and wind it back a little bit, and if it got
yeah,
scratched, it was awful.
yeah, yeah.
When nowadays with the technology, I mean, it's wonderful, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's still, as I say, never changed. I mean, the young man is called Niall Brett, and his friend is called Sam Orr. Um, they get frustrated because things don't happen very fast. And one of the things I say to them is, it takes time in the music industry.
Yeah,
Things just don't happen overnight. You have to keep on it, keep focused, do something every day, make new connections, and it
yeah.
happens gradually. I think on average, if a record company picks a band up, they'll give them 5 years, to
It doesn't come. Well, that's right. I mean, I've been presenting shows on radio for 100 years now, and still not getting used to it, but never mind. Listen, I'm very intrigued because just over your right shoulder is a cello. Yes.
No, it's a double bass. Just a minute.
Oh, double bass. Sorry. Yeah, I could, yeah. And you play that as well, do you?
Yeah, well, during the 90s, just after I formed a band called Cash Carter and Co. And we did Johnny Cash covers.
Oh, lovely.
I was the June Carter.
Yeah,
And we got quite a few gigs, and I said we would started playing with a box bass because the guy was a bit of a character, and he I said we need a double bass, and I just looked online. I thought I'll just look, and then
yeah,
my finger went, oh, pressed it. Next morning, there's a big box at my front door, and this bass appeared, and I thought, oh, gonna
yeah.
have to learn it now. So I put myself on a course called Sore Fingers in the Cotswolds, which was like a week kind of course on double bass. So that's how I built this relationship with this handsome fella.
It's a wonderful instrument, isn't it?
Yeah. I can only do the basic. I was doing a lot of bluegrass at one time in my life, you see. So I picked up for my songs a lot of harmony from doing bluegrass. Did a lot of bluegrass festivals, met some great players. You get great
Yeah.
festivals. So
Let me put you on the spot now. Then, what's
yeah.
your favourite gig? The one that really sticks out in your mind?
Well, I did a performance with the White Top Mountain Band at the Carter Family Fold. That was an eye opener in Virginia, because I actually went over to Virginia and did a few gigs over there with my CDs on my own.
Oh, wonderful.
I was went absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
You can't go over there on your own. Just watch me.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
But of course, I'd met the White Top Mountain Band at the Cornish Bluegrass Festival, and they had somewhere for me to stay, so I was safe.
Yeah. Do you do a lot of touring at the moment or not? Or
No, I don't. Not at the moment, because I spent the last 5 years I've spent recording
yeah.
continuously since lockdown. Because what I did was during lockdown, I got all the songs that I'd written together with my new songs and sent them off to Nashville. And some session musicians put down some fabulous tracks for me. And then I recorded them here in the UK, like the vocals and the harmonies. And I did 4 albums in 4 years. So I've been very, very busy. I've formed 2 bands, one of them with these young men, that's Sam and Niall and their friend Alistair on drums. And I've also got a band called About Time.
Smashing.
So we do local gigs.
Yeah.
It's quite difficult because it's local pubs and it's a selling thing. So I do blues clubs. I go to blues clubs and perform in there as well. I keep myself busy.
Well, obviously, that's right. Now, your latest, Venus Shine On, yeah?
The latest one actually is called Don't Put It On Me. I recorded Venus Shine On about 3 years ago. And Brian May loved that, actually. I sent it to him, and he loved it because, of course, he's an astrophysicist and he loves anything to do with the universe. So he loved that track. But the latest one I brought out is called Don't Put It On Me, and that's written for all long-suffering partners of musicians who have to put up with the din when the partners
Okay. Well, listen, it's lovely to talk to you this morning on the show, and we wish you all the very best, and keep in touch with Spectrum, because we're always here to help and promote it where we can.
I really appreciate it.
She's a celestial sister, a goddess of love. Her morning and evening not like our Earth, the second planet from the sun. Dense clouds hide her mountains, but she gleams in the Goldilocks zone. Venus, she guides us all in the skies around the world. Shine on, a wanderer we can clearly see, burning so brightly. Shine on. Venus, she guides us all in the skies around the world. Shine on, a wanderer we can clearly see, burning so brightly. Shine on, Venus, Venus. Shine on, a wanderer we can clearly see, burning so brightly. Shine on, casting her shadows, embracing all as one. Venus, Venus, shine on.
That's a lovely lady there, Linda Lamon, and it's great talking to her this morning on the show.